The US is slapping reciprocal tariffs on countries all over the world.
On Wall Street, markets falling, tumbling. Stocks plunging down, down, down. The Nasdaq's getting crushed. Small caps are getting crushed.
This is a shock to the system.
It is ugly out there. Worse than worst case scenario. Stocks are getting slashed and burned. $2.5 trillion vaporized.
But here's the part nobody tells you. This trade war isn't being paid for by China or Mexico or the EU. It's being paid for by
The American family will pay more than $5,000 out of their pocket to pay for these tariffs.
Every time you shop at Target, check out on Amazon, or upgrade your iPhone, you are funding this war. Let me explain. Ready? Let's go. Okay, let's start with the basics. Imagine this. The US buys $10 billion worth of stocks from China, but China only buys $3 billion worth of planes from the US. That's a $7 billion trade deficit for the US and a $7 billion trade surplus for China. Sounds simple enough, right? Here's the reality. The US has had a negative trade balance for decades since the 1980s. But is that a bad thing? For example, I go to a coffee shop every day. I pay, they give me a latte. That's a trade deficit because I'm always buying. Same thing with my groceries, my internet bill, my Netflix subscription. I only run a trade surplus with my employer. I give them my time and skills, they pay me. As long as there's value on both sides, a deficit isn't good or bad, it's just a result of exchange. Now, if free trade gives us cheaper, better products, why disrupt it with tariffs? Because national interest isn't industry interest, and it's definitely not personal interest. Every trade decision impacts three parties: local consumers, local producers, and foreign producers. Americans buy goods from China because they're affordable and of decent quality. But that hurts US manufacturers who can't keep up on price or scale. Imagine this: your son offers to mow the lawn for $50, but your neighbor's kid does it faster, better, and only charges $10. Who would you hire? Some say tariffs will balance things out. But let's be honest, complaining about a trade deficit is like saying, why don't I have more savings? While sipping a $6 oat milk latte. A surplus isn't always better either. Imagine working all day and never spending any money. That's not winning. We live in a global economy. Countries trade, specialize, and adapt. Tariffs interrupt that natural balance and often hurt people more than they help. Now let's talk about retaliation. When the US raises tariffs on Chinese goods, American consumers pay more. Chinese producers lose some sales, but they can still sell elsewhere. If China hits back, Chinese consumers pay more, but American companies lose access to a massive market. And guess what? The US can't easily lower production costs because of labor and materials here are expensive. In the long run, everyone loses, but American consumers might lose the most. So what does the government say? Here's what Trump administration claim tariffs will fix. Buying more than you sell isn't unfair. It's just how the market works. Tariffs don't fix the cost, they just make things more expensive. Oh, this one's wild. The US slaps tariffs on Canada and Mexico, which are their best allies, using border security, drug problems, and immigration as excuses. But seriously, what does any of that have to do with tariffs? Sure, support is great, but protection isn't always the answer. If a business can't compete, tariffs might just prolong the inevitable. That means you are being forced to buy more expensive stuff at home, even if better, cheaper options exist. Some jobs are so low paying or outdated that people don't want them. You can't create demand through force. Tariffs rarely target ultra rich. They raise prices across the board, hitting the average household the hardest. So let me ask you, are these policies helping you or hurting you? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell because more deep dives are coming your way. Thank you for watching.